Actually,
I'm just thinking from the brain.
players have always asked me, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win? It's like, well, I'm a neutral. I'm not going to go with them. I only go with what I see on the screen. So I'm not. You have to stay neutral in this business.
You have to, otherwise you get shot down.
Yes, or you get Reddit threads.
Which is basically being shot down. So anyway, we are going to be going into game number 3. This will decide who finishes 3rd and who finishes 4th at the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships. It's CLG versus Against All Authority. So we're back with Irish Big Fat LP here with his Viger. That was my best Irish impression to get the game underway. I'm sure I'm going to get shot down for that one as well. But Double Lift going down into that bottom tri-bush could find himself in a little bit of trouble here. He's actually skilled up the Mystic shot first, so wouldn't have been able to use the Arcane Shift to get away. Either way, just walks out of it. And Against All Authority decide not to go in there full time. CLG, you know, it's that kind of defensive line that they've got set up, except Maokai, who's having a bit of a wander up in the top side of the jungle. And the question is, will Against All Authority go in there? There is that present down, which is going to come running after N-rated. Does land on him. Well, not doing too much damage, of course, at level 1. And it seems like we won't see any team fight action, at least at this stage of the game. It is that, you know, in a best of 3, you always see the most aggression early on in the first and the second games. The third game generally tends to be a little bit more passive, with both teams not wanting to take any kind of risk.
Yeah, absolutely, and wisely so. You know, clever little play from St. Vincent, just using the sapling to have a little mini ward. But bottom golems will be taken away by Double Lift. Oh, I thought he'd reset it for a minute there, but St. Vincent actually Chowster pulling the aggro 90 from them. And Double Lift will pick up. Oh, Chowster picked up the gold. Is that a mistake? I think it must have been. Chowster took away the gold there. Yellowstar doing the same thing on the Wolves, but this time he got all of it. So, yeah, that didn't quite work out for them down there. Red buff being picking up by Linux, so no crazy invade strats here. St. Vicious also managed to start off and has picked up the blue, so all back to normal in the lanes. Let's have a quick rundown of the lanes down the bottom here. You can see Double Lift and Chowster on your screen on Ezreal and Janna again. Double Lift been playing a fantastic game on Ezreal so far. Yellowstar and N-rated, that will be Cogmore on that butterfly Cogmore. I actually don't like that skin. It's all about the Chinese Cogmore. And N-rated, of course, on Sona. So no Leona coming out this time, which does surprise me. Maokai in the jungle will be Sound Vicious. Meanwhile, you can see Linak is on Dr. Mundo. Meanwhile, in the middle, it is Moma on Ari. The cat of nine tails, or whatever you like to call it. Big Fat LP on the little Irish fella, which is Big Fat LP. I'm afraid that's down to our GPS being Irish mode at the moment. So as at the top on Wukong, he is, well, he was very good on Wukong before, and Hotshot GG on Aurelia. So some interesting laners here. We're going to see how they're going to work out. The bottom lane is going to be a bit of poke, and they have to keep Double Lift under control because they've struggled so much to get any ganks, really. And there's not been a lot of ganking down the bottom lane throughout this whole tournament, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed as well in the, you know, the 6 games that I've seen now, which is almost as much as I guess some of you guys have casted somehow throughout the days as well. Meanwhile, in the middle area, we do have Big Fat LP actually being pushed against his turret by Momo. As you mentioned, we've not seen too much Ari from him in the past. We know him as a very, very strong Fizz player, but we are going to see Chowster actually moving here for the gank. Howling Gale is going to land. That is a very, very dead one. And we just talked about the bottom lane not getting any ganks, but what about that Janna coming up for a gank in middle?
Yeah, oh my God, why did you not kill miss support? But yeah, that was a good engage there from Chowster. Flashed in, I think he put the Zephyr down to start with, and he managed to catch the Howling Gale across. So obviously, I think Big Fat LP had picked up Event Horizon. He has got it now, but I don't think he's done it. Meanwhile, at the top here, you can see a gank on towards Hotshot GG. I think he'll get away. No, Soaz has actually dived on the turret. He will manage to get him down. Soaz is going to go down to the turret, though, and he will get killed off. And the turret is not fooled by that, and he will manage to get the kill. So a trade of blows that didn't quite work out for them this time around. And Against All Authorities, 2-1 down.
Yeah, 2-1 down. Great start for CLG. Obviously, first blood over to that AP carry in mid. They really, I guess, won't be too unhappy about going down, getting it back anyway. And she will come back into the lane with the Ninja Tabby finish plus a Doran shield. So going to be a little bit tougher to get anything from. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, Yellow Star already pushing fairly aggressively down in towards this turret range. Continuing to get this farm and keep those minions pinned against CLG's bottom turret. There's not many of them going to get through from this wave, actually. Only the 3 caster minions from there. Meanwhile, Maokai is up at top. St. Vicious waiting possibly for his chance as those minions just get themselves out of range so he can get in there. Actually, Soaz, is this going to be a good bait from Hotshot GG? I think it is. I think this could be a brilliant bait. Has Soaz spotted St. Vicious, though? I don't think so. But Soaz is still hanging out there. Does he know anything about it? I don't know. It's very clever the way that Soaz is doing this either way. He's probably wondering, hey, why is Hotshot so aggressive there at this point? And St. Vicious actually starting to move away, but they are going to move in. Lindak is there as well for the party. The problem is that Hotshot is fairly low. They decided they couldn't actually get in onto him, and that will allow Hotshot to escape. Cleaver thrown out there. St. Vicious will actually steal a bit of XP, level himself up, and yeah, you're not going to be able to portal back when there's a Mundo in that brush there just in front of you, and guess what? You're not going to be able to do it there either. Has to step back a few paces. Let's have a look at the CS in this middle lane. Ari 34 to the 33 of Vega, so very, very even. Down in the bottom lane, 52 for Cogmore, 52 for Ezreal. Super close as well.
Yeah, Cage's lucky pick being picked up by Big Fat LP early on there, so as well as getting a little bit of ability power, he's going to get some GP action as well. So 2-1. Early on, the kills do go down. Bit of a contrast to the 18.5 minutes we had in the CLG game that myself and Daniel Klein covered. You can see that Soaz is covering off on his tower. Oh, diving towards the middle here. Linak has been caught out. You can see that the Event Horizon has gone down moments. Meanwhile, putting the damage down on Big Fat LP. He's had to back away. St. Vicious gets a good flash through and will get away from it. Very nicely played there. And actually, you know what? I think Hotshot GG fancies a bait of this, but he's going to have to back off. And Linak will walk away from that one. So Momo coming out quite well against Big Fat LP, but he's just going to use that health bot to keep in lane and try and farm up that Q as much as possible.
Yeah, getting out nicely there. That flash going over the Cleaver actually missed as well from Linak. Did have to pop his ulti, but now he's healthy again. Hotshot needs to be careful. Linak is already level 6, Soaz is level 6, so gonna have that nice knock up from the ulti of Wukong. Almost said Maokai there, as Soaz takes a bit of damage and Linak has decided to back away. Red buff is available, but maybe now, after he's done golems, we'll head in towards that middle area. Meanwhile, on bottom, Ezreal has gone home. Double Doran's Blade plus the Vampiric Scepter now under control, and Big Fat LP is going to get himself blue buff for a little bit of help inside of the middle. Meanwhile, Moma also went home. Double Doran's Blade picked up wards to keep him safe from that middle gang of Maokai as well. Meanwhile, up at top, Linak has snuck into that bottom side of the brush. As I mentioned, red buff is available. He's going to have to wait a while, though. There's a ton of minions being forced onto this turret by Against All Authority.
Yeah, not so sure if he's going to try and bait him out there. Back down the bottom, you can see Doublelift has returned to lane with that double.
They're going to dive him.
Oh, they're diving him. They are going to dive him. Hotshot GG is going to use the Ignite. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much about it. You can see Soaz with that ulti running is eating a lot of hits from that tower, and Hotshot GG wisely using ulti. The problem is he has such a big wave of minions there. That ulti was always going to give him a great big health regen. And yeah, that was never going to work out. Momono with Double Doran's Ring has put that ward down, but Big Fat LP is quite happy farming now. You can see he's now got the Fiendish Codex coming back again and continuing about his farming path.
Yeah, Yellow Star also Double Doran's Blade, Berserker's Greaves in position as well. So we're doing that bit more damage with at an extra bit of speed. In the middle, another bit of farming going on as Moma, I don't know, he's stuck to his turret right now. I think he feels there may be a bit of a problem going on. Actually, he's got wards down on both sides, so should know that there's not much to be worried about there. Blue buff is now available. Moma going to take that one away, so both AP carries in that mid lane will have themselves a blue buff to work with. Vega 67 to the 65 CS of Ari currently. Heart of Gold picked up for Maokai. Already got that Philo Stone from earlier on as well. And Mondo also coming back into play with a Heart of Gold. Already got his Merc Treads plus a cloth armor built up. And Moma's going to be taking away the Wraiths. Needs that extra farm at this point. And we settle into a fairly quiet period as we hit 10 minutes. And that's kind of what's going to happen when it is 2-1. No team really feeling they have much of an advantage to push. However, we do have Linak in this middle area. Well, Big Fat LP knows he's there. There's a ward right next to Linak, and he will back away. No real action to write home about.
No real action at all. And Irelia has just gone back, so Hotshot GG gets himself his Ninja Tabby complete. Also with a Ruby Crystal and Longsword. A lot of wards actually on against all authorities. Everybody buying wards across the team, as they should do, keeping their areas covered. You can see Wukong's managed to place one in the river there, expecting Hotshot GG to do the same as soon as he gets his first opportunity. Of course, the middle lane is covering off with wards as well, as is the jungler. We have St. Vicious taking away those wraiths. Big Fat LP is going to go back and buy. Let's see what he comes up with. He has got around about 900 gold, actually 955. Oh, he's completed the Deathfire Grasp. So that's an early Deathfire Grasp. We can see Hotshot GG is going to get dived on here. We're really not going to land the chopper, and actually so has backed away from that one. Not too sure if that was a mistake or whether he was like backing away. It's like, they're half debating whether they can get it, but he was never really in trouble there, so he's still feeling very strong. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Yellow Star versus Doublelift. Not a great deal going on down here, and that's actually a problem. I don't know whether it's going to be a problem for Doublelift or a problem for Yellow Star. I feel that Ezreal maybe wants to get some kills early on. Hotshot, again, getting a little bit of harassment from Linak, just hanging around in the bush. They hadn't backed away, but that's going to buy the time for St. Vicious to go and try and take the Wraiths away, which are not there. Ping goes down. There is Linak, spotted. Will they try and close in around him? You can see Hotshot was coming down to have a look at him, but don't think he's going to pick too much about it. Deathfire Grasp is going to be really useful later on against Mundo.
Yeah, real useful actually. So Moma just puts that ward down. They actually saw him going in there, worried about him stealing away those wraiths, which St. Vicious does want to have. We've seen Ezreal go back home again. BF sword collected, as is the trend. Actually, we've seen rather than going Sheen first, as you know, a lot of Ezreals will do. Doublelift going for that BF sword straight away. Actually, Yellow Star must have a ton of gold on him yet, sitting on 1,700 gold at this point of the game as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see him go back relatively soon, just to keep up with the damage that Doublelift will be putting out onto him. And a very passive game from both teams. Even we talked about how, you know, first or second game, they're the times to take the risk, but chances of seeing any risky play in the third game are pretty low, and we're seeing that right now. Yeah, there's like $5,000 up for grabs between these two positions, so they're suddenly taking it seriously. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad to go home with that money, and the big fat check, and being in the prize giving ceremony, no doubt as well. So yeah, medals around your neck. Yeah, you get medals around your neck, so it's quite important. Obviously, you don't want to be embarrassed in front of a crowd, and so they don't want to do any crazy plays, which is why it's inevitably going to be a much slower match. On the plus side, I don't think the players are going to get harassed so much. I did manage to catch hold of Team Solo mid earlier around here, and they were like, I was like, oh, you're going to watch this in the front stage? And they were like, not a chance. we get harassed badly when we go out that front crowd area. So actually, this has started to happen. This has obviously happened in StarCraft before. They get barried off, but suddenly the LoL players are actually starting to feel it. It's like, can't really have fun just sitting there. We get harassed all day. They did do on the very first day of the event, but it's interesting to see the players having to start to get to that stage. They're starting to get that popular. You know, when you're streaming, you got your little face in that corner, just like they have right now. You kind of get spotted a lot. Yeah, people know what you look like. There's the well, the upside actually is what it should be. Yeah. We saw that Big Fat LP almost getting some good damage over onto Moma. Had to back away as the charm did miss. And we have Linak down in that bottom brush. And is he going to stay? He actually tried to blue pill home. And we are going to see him go in there. Cleaver did actually land, unsurprisingly. The Arcane Shift from Doublelift will get him away. But he's come back into it. I'm not sure why he decided to do that. Howling Gale came across, and a Cleaver won't do too much damage, and Linak backs away. But that could have been a risky move from Doublelift to come back in. I mean, actually his flash was used there. I thought it was. Did he flash back again? his cooldown was on Arcane Shift, plus the flash just was popped as well.
I think he we used them both there to get out of the way of the dive. Obviously, Mundo was quite possible to dive towards him, so Ari's going to pick up the blue buff in the middle there. So Moma again, Moma with them double Dorans, and Mercury Treads actually went for early on. He has got just shy of 1,500 gold, so he's going to be building up possibly to an Eagle Roger. I'm not too sure which way he's going to go with it. Big Fat LP obviously going with that Deathfire Grasp. Oh, just missing no Event Horizon on Moma there, and we'll clear those minions. And I wonder if he's going to go back and buy. He's got no reason to. He's full health, full mana. Stick around, keep farming. That's the CLG way, and Hotshot GG is doing a grand job at that up the top there. So, we got movement from Hotshot. Is he just going to go down a ward? He hasn't got anything on him, so I would doubt that. We haven't seen any dragon attempts yet. Oh, dive on towards Hotshot GG up the top there. Ulti used from SOAS. Had to flash out of it. Exhaust goes down as well. And I think Hotshot might not get out of this one this time. Linek has to land that chopper. He does. The cleaver goes in the back. Hotshot GG certainly going to go down in. This will make things all even. And the cleaver from Linek does finish it off. At last we get a kill. And that may trigger things. Will we see any movement for that dragon? Still yet to see anything for that 16 minutes into this game. Big Fat LP has been doing a great job. Every time he comes around the side, tries to catch that Event Horizon onto Moma there and just dashes away straight away every time.
Yeah, Dragon's probably wondering why he's been alive so long. That's 16 minutes into it. Big Fat LP currently up at 140 AP. As you said, he rushed a real proper rush as well onto Deathfire Grasp. Still only got the T1 boots. Must have a pretty big stack of cash. Yeah, up to 1,800 gold at the moment. Sat on him. Mundo also with 1,000, so I wasn't surprised to see him headed home. And as I say, that he is actually going home. Meanwhile, bottom lane really has been a big farm fest. We've seen Linak down there, I think just one time in the entire game, and that's when we saw Flash being used by Double Lift. But still, there's not been that much action there. Bloodthirster double Doran's Blade for Ezreal. Double Doran's Blade, BF Sword, plus a Zeal on Yellow Star, so making sure that he keeps that damage and his attack speed stacking at the same time. In terms of gold, it's just 100 difference at 17 minutes in. The kills all level, no towers going down, no dragons, just an incredibly passive and close game.
Very passive. Hotshot GG following very well on towards SOAS there and continuing the harass.
Did you have an oracle on
Keep
there?
him on there. No, he just guessed the path. I think he's done it a few times and guessed it very well. Just keeping my eye on Ari. He went down the bottom there, looking towards Big Fat LP, actually diving on towards him. Event Horizon just about missing as well. So Moma going to try and keep on him, and actually a lot of damage going between the two. You can say the Ignite. Oh, manages to finish it off. Moma will just about get away from that one. Very nicely played. Obviously passing through. Charles can't manage to land the Zephyr. Not quite close enough. Good little gank there, and he actually had to eat the ulti from Big Fat LP in the face there, and will actually just stick around. Doesn't have any health pots, but that Giant's Belt helping out a great deal there, managing to eat up that initial burst that comes out from Veigar.
Yep, Yellow Star actually just headed up there. The Arcane Shift from Double Lift will get him over the top of the wall. And they may just back away from this one. Maokai is actually the one that's come down to cover this bottom lane for Veigar. Still actually not spawned. At 18 minutes we've had so far in this game. Still no dragon taken. Obviously Baron is up already. At this rate they might even be ending up taking a Baron before the dragon goes down. But still, no real big team fight has happened. It's been those one kill here, one kill there. Hotshot being caught out obviously up at the top twice, which is where the two of those 3 against all authority kills have come from. It's Wukong and Ari that have gone down for the European side. Blue is going to be going over to Big Fat LP as well. And actually, Blue was taken by Linak? No, so their Blue must be due up pretty soon against all authority. I think it was a little bit behind, actually, that of, again, that of the CLG. But currently, well, a real, when I said...
thriller, that's what you're going to say.
When I said they're not going to take any risks, I didn't quite expect it to be this passive of a farm fest.
Yeah, it is actually not taking any risks whatsoever. I kind of expected it. I've kind of expected it a few times throughout this event. Oh, look at that. Wow. They're starting on Dragon at last. So they are going to go across there. Linak is going to come down. Linak attempted to get a gank on the top there. Wukong did use his ulti again on Hotshot, but again, managing to dodge that cleavage. Doing pretty well. That's either good dodging from Hotshot or bad cleavers from Linak. I'm not too sure which way. I guess it's whichever way you want to look at it, whichever fan you are of a certain player. Soaz returns to the top, and now with that Wriggles, Brutalizer and Triple Doran's going very aggressive build on Soaz, so he hasn't quite been able to get the kills. You can see Hotshot has managed to armor it up and health it up. Ninja Tabby to go in there, which by the way doesn't have dodge on them. I believe someone on the Reddit forums was trying to post
yeah, my Singe
earlier.
build wasn't that stupid, guys.
Yeah, trying to say, oh, he's gone for dodge. And it's like, guys, dodge got removed from the game.
Late.
Yeah. Let's wake up here. Double Lift actually eating a Cogmore ulti in the face there, just barraging it away from range. Has gone for the BF sword there, the best friend I believe it is. It may have other names, and the Zeal as well. Double Lift meanwhile, you can see has gone that Bloodthirster early on, so going very aggressive now. Trinity Force probably going to come up there. I don't know why I said that was very aggressive. It's pretty standard. Shortest Reverie have been completed by St. Vicious. Meanwhile, oh, in the middle, the big fat LP trying to catch on towards Momo. I don't think he has any more burst left in him. Actually turning around, Momo going very aggressive on towards big fat LP, thinking he could try and get something back from that one. If it had landed the charm, it may well have been enough there, but it wasn't quite enough. Did manage to get the ignite down, but the Ezreal ulti coming across, and well, Ari actually dodging out of that one. And I think at the bottom you can see Double Lift is going to just zip away from there, and Yellow start trying to get on him, but it's still very, very passive.
Very, very passive indeed. And when you said, I don't know why you said it's aggressive, I think it's just anything in this game is possibly considered as aggressive. Right now, again, that bottom turret for both teams has literally lost 500 hit points so far, and the other side is not much further down. Middle turrets are in a similar situation. Actually, the Against All Authority outer turret in the middle is fairly decently low. And look at this, they've pinged Linak in that top bush. He knows he's there. Hotshot not going to fall into any of these traps. And he's just going to sit back and soak it up as he goes. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, it looks like we're going to be seeing the two AD carries dancing and then going home. At least Double Lift is going home. Yellowstar was on his turret and having a bit of a dance. And I think wondering, you know, where do we go from here? What happens next? When does it happen, more to the point?
When does it happen? We're at 22 minutes. Baron is possible now. Ezreal throws that ulti out down the bottom, and we're at the stage where Ezreal's ulti is wiping out a wave. So you'd think there'd be a team fight coming soon. Not sure when. Maybe they'll have to put an advertisement out there for a weekly newspaper or something. We might actually finally get to see it. At the moment, the action between Big Fat LP and Moma has started to pick up. You can see Ryler's Scepter has been completed. Meanwhile, Big Fat LP is building towards that Rod of Ages. It's going to be a little bit of a late Rod of Ages, but it will build up over 10 minutes. So I guess CLG going for the long game. No shock there. You can see Amal's Impaler has been completed by Hotshot GG at the top there. Linak has finally managed to get on. So Linak actually popping his ulti this time. Will go towards the turret. Is he going to go towards Hotshot GG? Finally will go down. No, he jukes it around again. This time Soaz will pick up the kill, and he will back away from that turret. So Against All Authority actually picking up a kill there. We do see down the bottom, you can see a bit of a dive coming on here. Will they manage to get towards him as I missed that kill?
Big Fat LP actually came in there as well, and that's why Hotshot was delaying his death so much, and that's why he dashed in towards that tri-bush area, because Big Fat LP was coming up from middle and literally just nuked Soaz down.
Yeah, so bottom turret did go down. I was trying to look towards St. Vicious to see if he was going to go for that kill. Did force them away from the turret, so bottom turret does go down. So Big Fat LP has managed to pick up that kill. Did obviously use that Deathfire Grasp in there as well to get the kill on Soaz. St. Vicious returns to the jungle, where he has been sat for quite a while. And Shirelia's Reverie, and actually quite a long way into the build here. But, you know, I always feel these long games, these long drawn-out farming sessions, build far better for CLG, because they are so used to it. This is their style of play. They are happy to go this way, and they can build up from it. Rod of Age is also completed by Big Fat LP now. Meanwhile, Linak is continuing to pull away the red buff. Has got that Spirit Visage built for quite a while, actually, building towards all sorts. At the moment, have a look towards Moma as well. Moma just returning to lane. Has had to go for a bit more magic resist as well. He's so fearful of Big Fat LP's quick burst, and rightly so. And the wards now starting to be cleared out by Chester with that Oracles. Let's have a look towards N-rated. Where's he going? Now, and you know, something that's not happened in this game that happened in the last one is they had the timings down on blue buff, not even encroached into the enemy jungle at the moment. And CLG starting to drive home and pick up all the advantages. You can see the mid turret now going down, bottom turret has already gone down, top turret will go down shortly. So CLG starting to really drive home the advantage. This is what they do. They'll farm it up 20 plus minutes and then they go, right, okay guys, time to actually win.
Did you see that? They signalled him to drop back, and the hotshot's like, nah, I'm going to take this turret down. I'll just wait here. And then he actually pinged into the jungle and said, look, guys, I think they're only there by now. I can stay and I can take this turret down, which is exactly what he did. Got it right. But against all authority, I was just about to say, are going to take their first turret of the game. Didn't quite work out. Are we going to see our first team fight here? That turret just hanging on just about. Oh, apparently Moa bought 2 Negatron cloaks by accident in the last purchase, so maybe a little bit tired at the stage of it.
It's a long old day here.
It's a long old game so far. I mean, 25 minutes in terms of a game is not that long, but it's not usual that you see this kind of game, just 25 minutes and not so much action happening. And I agree with you on that one, that CLG, that really favours them in this situation. We've still not seen a dragon. Right?
Go for all Nordic East would be a despair about this sort of game.
This is already 3 games in go.
We'd be about 35 kills in right now. They are action-packed. If you ever miss those, you can catch us, of course, on ESL TV, bringing you all the action for that one. But it is the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships. We are in the 3rd and 4th place playoffs. Soa's getting caught out by Hotshot GG. He actually fancies this one, despite the fact Moma's just standing in the background. And you can see, actually, that meanwhile, Against All Authorities are pulling out Dragon. Are CLG going to try and contest this one? St. Vincent's is going to come in. He's not going to be able to get the smite. He has dived on towards Linak. Meanwhile, Hotshot GG's being dived on at the top here. And you go, wow, you can see the burst going down on Moma there. That's going to be all Big Fat LP using his Deathfire Grasp and ability just dumping on him at the moment. And Big Soaz has dived in. Soaz goes down. CLG coming out very strong in this fight. And suddenly they're having to back away because Cogmore's trying to rip them apart. Hotshot GG just eaten. And he's going to get away. No, St. Vicious has dived in. Very nice play there. Really well baited. The Event Horizon goes down on Linek. Cogmore will go down as well. St. Vicious finally, he's just going to survive, and Linak will go down as well. A 4-1 exchange, I should say. And wow, very good exchange. And like I said, these long games, it's CLG's type of style.
Yeah, really, really great stuff. They lost Dragon, sorry, but they got the kills out of it.
27 minutes in.
I was just thinking, 4 for 1, and a great bit of play from CLG. A great fight. Actually, N-rated trying to hold this turret now, but should be a little bit careful. He's got no mana in there. That turret is on full HP, and N-rated will just clear that one out. All of CLG actually heading themselves back home. Needlessly large rod now picked up for Vega as well. He's up to 336 AP compared to the 232 of Ari, who has got Negatron Cloak. He had 2 Negatron Cloaks earlier, as we heard. He bought that by accident.
Big Fat LP is literally popping someone at the moment with that Deathfire Grasp. Will obviously knock off a chunk of their health, and 900 damage coming out from Primordial Blast, and then everything else dumped on top of it. He is literally popping someone as he spots them. Ezreal farming up down the bottom there. Double lift clearing out that wave. Has got that Trinity Force probably complete now. Let's have a look at sort of money he's got. 1,400. I think he's going to go finish it off. I'm just waiting for it to pop up on the screen. He's just waiting for a few more ticks of gold. He's obviously quite misjudged that and gone back a little bit early. Seeing Against All Authorities, what are they going to do from this one? They're in a little scary position here. CLG suddenly drove forward. They've suddenly grouped up as a team and looking very strong. Hotshot GG now is like, I'm going to dive in your face. He's got Frozen Mallet complete with that Atmars. He's got a brilliant spot, a Fortitude pot sat in his pocket as well. St. Vicious has been diving on them brilliantly. Look at that, such a support man. Aegis of the Legion and Shirelia's Reverie on that jungler. He's really playing a brilliant... Oh, Yellowstar got caught out. Wow, that was horrible.
He wasn't
caught
watching
out
there.
Brilliantly by the Event Horizon. Yeah, he just literally walked straight into it. Not good, and that's surely going to mean CLG will push on. Could even go for Baron here. They have the advantage then, but I think they're going to try and push forward towards the tower, though. Would be the wisest choice. They have a clear advantage, and a double lift as well. Will continue to shoot there. He has got that Trinity Force complete. Event Horizon goes down. N-rated caught out this time. And wow, Big Fat LP is just saying, kill him, and targeting away, and they will drop instantly. Tower will go down. Linak trying his best to burn out and try to do anything on them, but you just don't have the damage to compete with a Veigar, and he's just literally just picking off them targets. 338 AP, and with that needlessly large rod, he's probably just got another chunk of gold. Yep, 1100 gold from that little engagement. Oh, Linak has been caught out now. Wow, they're just absolutely... What are they doing? Against All Authority, you're just completely getting caught out of position.
They're tired.
They must be tired, because they are just falling into simple ganks here. And CLG easily picking them off. Maokai just jumping on someone. Big Fat LP, look at that. He's just like, well, we might get lucky and somebody else might walk around the corner. The way they're playing, they might just stroll into another Event Horizon.
Yeah, I think Yellow Star, by the way he walked into that Event Horizon, he wasn't watching his screen, or he was looking somewhere else, or just, you know, one eye closed, he was having a daft. But yeah, it's not looking so great for the European side. Are you tired as well, Dino?
I think I've had too much Red Bull. I've got to be honest. Starting to get a little wired. Big Fat LP will be picking up the blue buff, I think, unless St. Vicious trolls him and picks it away from him. But yeah, the Baron has been cleared out of any wards by Chowster. He's like, nope, we are completely clear, but we don't need it right now. We are in complete ascendancy. 10-5 up, 4k in gold. And they can just pick off a target at will. Irelia are actually thinking, well, I might get blue. They have got a ward there actually on Moma, and they've actually chose to take that chance to go across.
Perfect
and Chowster's going to come across and go, little sods have placed a ward in the back here again, so they might peel away from this one. Yeah, they've realised that Against All Authorities are ready, but judging by the way they're playing, they might just dive straight on him. It was Linak actually they went for, didn't manage to pop the Event Horizon. I'm going to keep my eye on it. Oh, it was Moma. I knew it was going to be someone they managed to get onto and just turn straight towards him. Moma has got away from it though, so that quick burst of Big Fat LP may finally be taken down. Yellow Star though is being targeted. They have managed to get on towards Big Fat LP. Chowster, sorry, also managing to dive on, but it's not going to be enough damage. Linak wants to get on towards Double Lift, but Soaz is being eaten alive by Hotshot GG. Hotshot will finish off the kill there. St. Vicious is popping back N-rated. N-rated will go down very quickly, and Double Lift will complete the ace on Linak with one little Q in the back. Oh, he missed it and managed to get a basic attack though. And well, actually, I tell a lie, it's not going to be an ace because Moma's ran away like a girl, and that will be all over. CLG just going to drive it home. Can they go? Will they go for Baron, or will they just finish it in towards the turrets? Not too sure. They've got the choice of their own, really. Oh, and they nearly caught Moma out there as well. So they've got a siege minion, so they're going to go straight for the tower inhibitor.
Yeah, inhibitor, first inhibitor of the game, going to go down, and slowly but surely, I think, is what we've seen from CLG in this game. But they're getting the job done, and that's what really matters when it comes down to it. As you said, Moma coming back in, starting to respawn. Now, Yellow Star obviously was the first one to drop in that fight, and Rated went a little bit after it. Actually, I think it was Soaz who was really chased down, and basically CLG romping that fight, we can say. Baron wasn't taken though, and the ping is going to go down, and CLG need to be a little bit careful here, because they'll realise Against All Authority that Big Fat LP is down at that bottom side. They'll probably realise that a few of them have portaled back home, and they'll get into a position now where they can possibly start off this Baron. The problem is Hotshot is there, he's got blue buff on, he's actually got a couple of, one elixir, the elixir of Fortitude running, and actually we will see possible engage here again in the middle. CLG, knowing how good these fights have gone for them so far, I don't think he'll have any qualms with having another one.
No, absolutely not. Big Fat LP doing over 1,000 damage with that ulti now. Void Staff possibly going to come out. Actually, he could just go to anything. He's probably going to go towards the Rabadon's Death Cap, I would guess. Hotshot GG just pops away, picks up a bunch more kills. The old one shows himself up and instantly gets photographed. Bless him. And if you've missed it, guys, there is an awesome photograph of the old one on the internet right now. It's like, oh!
It's the best one ever.
It is a very good photo. Caught out in between an interview with Daniel Zenin-Klein on the main stage. So I think Baron may be the position where they're going to fight for again. And I'm not too sure if Against All Authorities want to contest it. They're going to have to, though. It's the only chance they've got of getting back into this game. They have to. They really have to close down Big Fat LP very, very quickly. Oh, and Raid's been caught out. And everything's just going to dump on his head just to get away from it, though. And that means N-rated is going to be very, very low. They don't have the ability to just zip in and deal with him, and Big Fat LP is on guard, ready and waiting to see anyone come in. Linak comes in the side. They would be unwise to use their abilities too much on Linak. It's the right-hand side they want to go for, and it was Yellow Star actually St. Vicious dived on. But St. Vicious has been separated from the team. Big Fat LP was targeted very nicely by Soaz there this time, and now St. Vicious is in trouble. Against All Authorities is actually looking very good in this fight. St. Vicious will go down. That's a double kill for Against All Authorities. Not sure starting on the Baron is a right choice to do, and they should back away from that, take the little advantage that they got from that fight. And, well, you know, they're still close in terms of gold, and they're actually managing to catch out Big Fat LP, and that's a big, big difference. They need to completely crowd control, stop him blowing any of those abilities, and I think the Deathfire Grasp, didn't even get a chance to use it this time.
Yeah, and you know why? It was an amazing move from Soaz. He was in the brush. Actually, there's a ward there, so they should have probably noticed that, but he actually used his decoy, went straight in there, and then ulted the instant that he popped back up, managed to throw Big Fat LP, and by that time, they were obviously right on top of him. Absolutely destroyed him, like you say, before he even had chance to use that Deathfire Grasp, and won themselves a good couple of kills from that fight. But Baron surely will be a matter of priority in the near future. If we look down the kills, currently 14 for 8 in favor of CLG, 51 to 47k gold, 5 towers to 1. So everything still pointing to a North American win here for 3rd place, but it is still, as we've just seen in that last fight, one of those games which still can turn. If a fight goes wrong for either team, especially since we're approaching a 40-minute mark, then we could see game over.
Well, they've got the advantage that Yellow Star will get very, very strong the longer the game goes on Cogmore. That helps, but they need to keep him in the right positions, just as we saw with Cop from Team Curse earlier on. He was in the right place at the right time every single fight. Doublelift has been doing a fantastic job of staying out of the way of all the danger. You know, he's just been avoiding it, and obviously very manoeuvrable that Ezreal is. And they have to get on Big Fat LP early. He's the target they've been trying to go for. He has completed that Void Staff now, so all the ability power, so he's just going to be completely dying in there. Magic penetration as well built up. St. Vicious actually kind of got split off. He went off for one target, which was the right target. He went for Yellow Star, but the rest of his team were like, we've kind of been caught out here. Linak has been caught out. Event Horizon, wow, and then you see the burst going down. He's had to pop his ulti though. Have they got anyone anywhere nearby to do it? No, they will not. Soaz does manage to get in there, gets his ulti popped. Linak's eaten the damage. That's worked out very well for them. Can he manage to target though? Oh no, Yellow Star's been caught out on the side by Big Fat LP. That's exactly what they did not want. Ezreal ulti going across. Linak taken down very low. Meanwhile, Soaz has managed to dive back in again there. Crescendo does go across. St. Vicious is just about hanging on. Will finally get taken down, but Big Fat LP just comes in again. They have to avoid them Event Horizons, and Big Fat LP managed to avoid all of the damage, and that's the problem again. And Doublelift just keeping at the back. The right people are just staying out of the right fight. CLG are playing very well in these team fights at the moment.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Big Fat LP again not using the Deathfire Grasp in that one. It was actually at the top side of the team as well. That's when we saw him catch out Yellow Star, who wasn't expecting that. But again, you know, Linak doing his job, I suppose, with Mundo, just holding, taking all that damage as much as he could pretty much have before he got away. We are seeing Big Fat LP getting away there. He's double buffed up now, and well, I could well imagine that this is time for a Baron attempt to come around. Although I've said that, I think, about 30 times now in the last few minutes. He's currently up to almost 500 AP. Is Vega. He's at 478 currently sat on, compared to Ari's 346, who does have an illicit large rod. She's going to go home and finish her buying off. What's that going to be? And it will be Blasting One. Sold the Doran's ring from earlier to make room for that in the build. Already got the Abyssal Scepter as well finished off. Yellow Star in the meantime actually gone for the Chain Vest, bit of armor for him. And Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge already complete. So it's still very a touchy game, I'd say, at this point, and still both teams not wanting to take any kind of risk without it being 100% calculated and safe.
No, but CLG are going to push. They've got an open inhibitor, so why not go for it? Yellow Star's got to be careful. He's been caught out a few too many times for my liking here. He's 1-4-2, which is such an unusual score for Yellow Star, but he hasn't found anyone he can get onto. Here we go. Soaz sneaking in there. Has managed to dash in. Can they catch on towards anyone in particular? It is going to be St. Vicious they're targeting on. Not too sure that's the right person. Crescendo does go across his double lift. They suddenly switch to target, but a good Janna ulti manages to blow them all backwards. Linak trying his best to get in there. No damage coming across. Ari, is just dashed away. Hotshot GG completely needs to drive down, but the double lift ulti manages to go across the entire team, and Against Authorities have been picked off left, right, and centre, as you like to say, Joe. And that is going to be GG, surely. Chowster finishing off the inhibitor there, and double lift. Well, he hit that ulti perfectly.
Absolutely perfect. It was across them all. Not really all that amazing, to be honest, from Against Authority. And they're going to be feeling it now. I mean, Yellow Star and N-Rated are left. What's their choice? Do they try and push out and stop this one? I mean, CLG all fairly low, so the chances of them going back for Baron is not all that high. Blue buff is available. Double lift actually will just blink over and take this blue buff away. Actually, we'll leave it to Big Fat LP. And maybe they'll even take Dragon. Not that they... actually, Dragon's not even there. They're just going to go home, and we are going to see another shopping trip at 40 minutes.
Woo! Yeah, keep it on going, guys. They are playing till the party begins, I believe. 18-10 at the moment, 40 minutes in. 7-1 in towers, which honestly it's been 7-1 in towers for a long time now. And this is actually similar, very resembles the first game, but Against All Authorities, like I said, they're not out of it yet. They just haven't been able to get the right targets. They almost got double lift, and then Janna blew his ulti and went boom, get away from my carry, and Monsoon in the face, threw them all backwards. Ari tried to dive in as well. I think they kind of split target as well, because they were like, we want Big Fat LP, but we also want double lift, and they kind of went separate ways for them. They need to focus on the one. Big Fat LP did go down. He was in with only death in that fight. And wisely so. Linux really, he's trying his best to eat as much damage as he can. The initial burst damage, trying to get blown in his face, and that's what he wants. And obviously give the rest of the team the chance, but Yellow Star has just not been able to get in the right place at the right time. He's not really getting the cover that he wants. Soaz nearly got in there. He tried to sneak his way in and get his ulti off and try and jump all in the air. That's what the initiate was from. But St. Vicious, well, he's been doing a good job of crowd control, keeping people away from anyone important. And you know what? This is CLG style. They protect very, very well. Even when they used to use Cogmore as the strat at Gamescom, they know they were very good protection. It was just a brick wall that could not get near. At the time, it was Chowster playing, I believe, on Cogmore. No, it wasn't, because Chowster didn't go there. It was Big Fat LP actually playing AD carry, I think, if I recall. As it is, Against All Authorities might get caught out of position here. CLG pushing straight towards the top there. And Against All Authorities are nowhere near. They're having to all recall, but they're going to have a lot of damage done to their tower before they even react to this one. Linek is going to try his best to keep them away. St. Vicious is saying, well, we can tank it, I'll throw my ulti down. The rest of the team were not in agreement there, and they've stepped away until those wave of minions come there, and that's actually bought a little bit of time for Against All Authority to get back in position. And the turret has gone down. That's the bottom wave of minions actually pushing it down, because CLG have not really pushed that for a long time. And as it is at the moment, I'm not too sure whether CLG want to take this fight still, would you believe it?
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like it. Actually, Linak just getting caught up there. We've seen the Guardian Angel for Yellow Star now, making him even more annoying, up to 353 CS. At this stage of the game, 42 minutes in, and we are actually going to see Soaz move straight in there. How's this going to end? Janna ulti did go off. Soaz actually will have to decoy himself away from that fight. St. Vicious ulti down in the middle of the pack. They are going to focus him and get that kill sometime soon. There we go. Finally, that works out. And that will be a 1-for-0 in favour of Against All Authority. They are still not down and out of this game. Incredible stuff.
But they are so struggling for damage. I mean, they landed that perfect. That was the perfect fight for them. They managed to get the Soaz, get his ulti across the entire team, and then a crescendo across the entire team, and yet they could only just about get St. Vicious in there. They really are hurting for damage in comparison to CLG, whereas Big Fat LP, as soon as he lands one of those big event horizons and gets his ulti across someone almost dies, and every single time it's Ari is just like, what the hell has just hit me? It's like a big roadkill sign coming towards my face, and he's had to just back away from every fight. His bait effectively been 4v5 every single time, and Moma is just not having a fun game. 533 ability power, and that's obviously working against him as well. And the mana that he's built up. Let's have a look towards Big Fat LP, because he's at 659 ability power now. You can see that's doing 1,291 damage, his Primordial Burst alone. The Dark Matter then is landing for another 1,000 damage, and the Baleful Strike coming in for another 700 damage. So yeah, he is really, really hurting right now, along with that Deathfire Grasp, but he's just popping on towards someone that anyone gets near him. So he's really doing a lot of damage, and they're just struggling to deal with him, and he's only going to get stronger. Although saying that, he's getting close to a pretty much full build. He's still got that spot there that he's just saving up probably a lot of gold towards. Actually, he's only got 226 on him, so the difference at the moment is that. So let's have a look towards Ari. Well, you can see he's hurting, but he's not been involved. Yellow Star, though, is causing problems now, because he's got that Guardian Angels complete. He will be helpful in a team fight. But Double Lift, again, not being picked off. The Event Horizons missed this time. They might try and push on that, you know, and they have gone for St. Vicious. I'm not sure that's the target to go for. Linak has tried to come around the backside on towards Big Fat LP. They have managed to finally get onto Big Fat LP. Flashes out of it, and a good Janna ulti again there. This time the Event Horizon uses its defensiveness. Yellow Star has gone down. St. Vicious being targeted. Finally, they're going to get towards Hotshot. No, they just can't kill anyone. They're just completely misfocusing everyone. Big Fat LP comes in, throws a quick Q in the face, picks up a kill. Hotshot GG still not dead, does go back in there. A double kill from Vhagar, and would you believe it, after all the damage they threw out there, they could not get the kills. It was a 3-for-1 exchange, and that was, you know, it was a perfect initiation again from Against All Authority, but they just can't get the kills.
Yeah, the kill, it was hard to lock them down there as well. That was a point. CLG just coming in and out, and that is going to be good game. CLG will be our third place finishers here at the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship. A hard-fought best of 3. For that extra cash and the medals and the glory that comes with a third place finish as well, and a tiring best of 3. You can see St. Vicious, they're looking pretty much finished for the day, I think. It's
been a long day for them. Like you say, they've been here since about 8 a.m. They've been sat on that stage for a long, long time. It is a lot of work to do, and they have picked up $8,000, I believe, so that's not too bad for a day's work, I've got to be honest. But, you know, then the losers Against All Authority are not going to go home empty-handed. I think you'd say $3,200.
$800.
$3,800. I knew that. I didn't learn it eventually. But, you know, it's all about the game tomorrow. $50,000 or $25,000. You know, you're not going to mind finishing second, really. But Dignitas and Mesco 5, they are the two that have got there. But as it is, the champions are going to have to wait, because that board behind them does have CLG on it. They did win in at Gamescom here in Cologne in Germany earlier on, so the first stop of the event, and they come third place in the last stop of the event. Not a bad day's work for them. As you can see, you can follow us on Twitter. This is QV D-Man. I am D-Man, and that is Joe_Miller, also known as Jojo Miller, and amongst many other names amongst other things, of course. And wow, what a fantastic game. It was a long game, Joe, but a hard-fought one, and I think CLG deserved it in the end.
Yeah, I think they did as well. I mean, they played well against Moscow 5. They know it themselves. They lacked a few things to finish things off when they did have an advantage. But they've come into this game against AAA, and they fought their best. As we predicted for that third game, it was going to be a long one. It was going to be very passive play from both teams, not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to take any silly risks. And that's exactly how it proved to be. 45 minutes long. Actually, almost as long. Actually, no. Just a little bit longer. I think 4 minutes or so longer than the first game, although the first game was full of action compared to that one in the ending part. But that's enough yabbering on from us too. Let's get it onto the stage where the players are going to have a word and tell you their feelings on the game.
Thank you, good sir Joe. Yes, we are on the main stage here, joined by Hotshot GG and Moma. These guys have just played 3 amazing games. CLG, however, able to come out on top of the last game to take third place here at the IEM World Championships. Moma, we're going to start with you. What is the feeling of the team going into those games? You guys had a great first game, and then it kind of faltered after that. What was really going through the minds of your team?
We were very confident in the second game, actually, because we had such a good first game. But we fucked up so hard in mid-game in both games. Like, for example, in the third game, I think at 30 minutes or something, like Big Fat could get 3 kills, like one by one. It was so stupid. We just wanted to group up and came back to the game with getting first towers, and then everybody got caught. Like, this was really embarrassing for us.
What's the mentality of the team at that point? Are you guys able to stick together there and still have somebody that's still trying to be positive and keep the camaraderie going?
Yeah, of course we try to be positive because the game was lasting 40 minutes and they got one inhibitor and we saw that we can win the team fights, but it was really hard to win team fights against them. We could always kill one guy, but it's not enough to get back to the game.
Right on. Got Hotshot. Coming into the second game, you guys obviously chose Olaf top. Was that a pick you really wanted or something you were going to chance for? Because that is usually a late game champion, but you guys have actually been doing that in most of your games this week.
Yeah, Olaf is like hidden OP, so we wanted him. He's good. He crushes Udyr, and he's fairly good against Lee Sin, so.
How are you guys feeling in those long matches? There was even a point there where it seemed like you guys could have finished the game. Was there anything you guys are going to work on in the future to make sure you can solidify that the first time around?
You know, I think just like having, a better lineup, more of an initiation lineup, because I think our lineups really lack initiation sometimes, and it turns out into these like really long games where it's like a war of attrition, and it's just waiting for people to screw up. So, yeah.
Right on. MoMA, what can Against All Authority take from this tournament? What are you guys going to bring for your fans next time?
I don't know, actually. I think we will watch the replays when we are at home. We just learned in this tournament that we have a lot of problems against American teams and we need to fix them until the IPL in Las Vegas.
All right, guys, you heard it here from the men themselves. CLG taking third, Against All Authority taking fourth place. We'll be right back after a few commercial breaks. Let's hear it one more time for both of these teams.
Intel Extreme Masters is powered by
And there you have it. Congratulations to Team CLG for placing third at the World Championship here at the Intel Extreme Masters. Now, Demon, let's get a recap of today's matches.
Yeah, we started off the day with a hard-fought match, I think you'd say, but a very one-sided match as well. Dignitas looked unstoppable. They went through to the finals in complete domination, really. Voyboy looked unstoppable. Imaki Spike down at the bottom looked very strong. Locust helping him out all the way. I think Locust is the only one that's not got a kill yet, so maybe look out for that tomorrow. Playing the perfect support, maybe. But Skara as well, looking to maybe pick up that MVP shirt of I carried today big. Maybe that will happen. But they beat Team Curse. It was 2-0. It was a very one-sided match. It wasn't Team Curse. So apologies about that. Team Curse didn't make it in that final. But it was a very, very one-sided game. Against All Authorities, they just, I don't know what's gone wrong with them today, but they didn't quite turn up in the morning. They look very good there, but CLG just beating them in that third place. Obviously, after that, we had CLG versus Moscow 5, and that was a fantastic match. Moscow 5 looking incredible in the first game. CLG took it to them in the second match, but it wasn't to be. Moscow 5 dug in deep, they turtled up, and they managed to fight the way back and perform brilliantly. So they went through to the finals as well. So Dignitas versus Moscow 5 will be the League of Legends final here at the World Championships in Cologne. It will be 75,000 for the up for grabs, 25,000 for the loser, which is not a bad prize if you ask me, for coming second place, $50,000 for first place. So big game tomorrow. I'm sure you guys are all going to tune in for that. Obviously, we've just had the third place playoff as well. CLG taking that one 2-1 against all authorities. Against all authorities, easy for me to say. It was a very long, drawn-out game, which I kind of expected from CLG, but you know what? That's how they play, that's how they win, and they have won things. So third place for them, and a fantastic performance.
Exactly, and tomorrow is the grand finals. Tomorrow we will start off with Counter-Strike at 9:10 a.m. ESC versus Navi. Following after at 9:45 a.m. will be StarCraft. Third place, Feast will be playing against MMA, and for the final for StarCraft, Puma versus MC. And at 3 p.m. on the League of Legends tournament, M5 versus Team Dignitas. We are definitely looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at the World Championships here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Hanover, Germany. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
And he goes jumping in. Amazing round. Great hat trick from Taz.
Big flashes in a cast the ultimate winner. 20 health left. Oh no, she will flash.